As a small business owner, if you've been feeling overwhelmed trying to keep up with the flood of new AI tools and agents, this is for you. The AI space moves incredibly fast, and I want to show you the lean stack I actually use to move the needle without getting stuck in a cycle of monthly burnout. This isn't a technical breakdown, it's a personal look at my operating system, running my small business, and the mindset that keeps me productive. I break down my stack in 4 tiers. The daily tier, my daily drivers, where I spend most of my time every day, are Claude Code and Claude Cowork. This is basically my operating system. I pay the 5x plan for the Claude suite. I use Claude Code and Cowork with that. If you're using it daily, anything less than that plan, you're going to keep hitting usage limits every single day. And because I spend so much time in it, I realize that's where I invest the most of my stack because I use it every day for so many different use cases. So I live inside the project and try to do as much of my work as possible directly with these particular tools. I also use Whisperflow, which is a speech to text tool. It's free. You can use speech to text and get it to transcribe quickly your thoughts. On a weekly basis, my weekly tier companions are the tools I use that are still essential but not necessary every day. So I use Claude Chat. I use Claude Chat to help me with Claude Code deep work, starting projects, writing out project proposals, validating my ideas, my strategy, getting challenged, using it as my partner to make my projects and my strategy better. And from there, I can export all of that into Claude Cowork or Claude Code directly. I recently also started using ChatGPT quite often, especially for image generation, specifically because their new image generation model 2.0 is awesome. It's the best out there right now. I don't pay for ChatGPT, but I don't use it every day. You should be at least paying for one model because the paid tier is always better than the not paid. Even if it's just a $20 a month, you're going to get better results. For what I need from ChatGPT, the free tier works. I don't need to invest in it right now. I use a lot of those images for content generation purposes. And then monthly, I use my specialist tools. I've used Claude Design. It's still in beta and it does burn through tokens really quickly. This is why even if I wanted to use it every day, I couldn't. I could keep getting kicked out for 4 or 5 days at a time. So I use it whenever I need it to keep my brand assets aligned. It's where I design any new extensions of the brand, like funnel pages, other website pages, decks, presentations, assets, and so on, and lead magnets, of course. Then I use the Apify API. If you want to see how social media performs, you can track social media engagement data with Apify. It's an API that has a free tier, but if you use it all the time, you need to pay, which is why I use it monthly. I don't pay for it. And I pull the creators in my business space, their social posts and engagement performance. And from there, I can make my own content strategy. And then I use Perplexity monthly, I would say as well. It's great for research. So if you really want to go there deep in a niche, in market, ads, consumer voice, all of that, more specific data that requires real data from not just, having a conversation with ChatGPT, then Perplexity is the best place to do that. I happen to have a free plan for a year, but there is a free tier you can use. And then last, NotebookLM. It's one of these like dinosaurs of the AI age at this point. I use it specifically because I like how quickly it analyzes long form YouTube videos and brings out the content, creates infographics around it. It's pretty cool, I think. For certain things, for really aggregating information and pulling out like the relevant parts of like videos. That's what I use it for. The most important thing as new AI tools keep coming out and will keep coming out is use a decision framework. When a new tool drops, ask yourself, does this solve a pain point for me right now? If not, then just save the link for later. And if you have time, you can take a look. If the answer is yes, test it in a real business scenario for a week. If it doesn't move the needle, get rid of it and keep your stack clean. And for example, I tested a tool for content generation like really quickly. It wasn't up to par for the kind of content generation I want to do. And for that, I didn't spend any more time on it. And that's exactly why you get like a free trial for a week. And so if a tool could potentially solve a problem, do it. Otherwise, it's important to remember that if your goal is building a business, don't get distracted by every new hot framework unless it directly helps you achieve your mission. Every time you switch tools, you'll hit a 20% productivity dip. Before you make the switch, make sure that the dip will eventually boost your productivity so you get a return back. I can spend so much time playing around with tools, but at the end of the day, what are they doing for me and how are they furthering my mission, growing my business to scale? That's what I ultimately would want. So it's essentially Very important to remember that these tools are just harnesses or interfaces that work inside your project. You must build your business directory so they outlive any tool. If Claude went down tomorrow, you should be able to go and plug different tools into the data that you have and be able to continue your work without Claude. So always define your North Star. If your goal is building a business, don't get distracted by every new hot tool. Don't feel like you're falling behind. I want to become a Claude suite of products superpower user. That's my goal. I want to use it for 90 or 80% of what I do. And that is the 90-80% of what I'm going to focus on. Therefore, there's so many cool tools, and I see YouTube videos every day from tech AI creators. They all sound cool. All of them have the same hooks, some other new secret or some other new tool that's going to change your life. Most likely none of this is going to happen. So be very judicious on how you spend your time and learn also from people that are trustworthy. So if you like this content, like, follow, share, and leave a comment. What is your AI tech stack?